Picture this. It's a brand new day, and your alarm clock is begging you to start that morning run you've been putting off for ages. But the bed is just too cozy, isn't it? What if I told you that a mere 20 seconds could be the game changer between snooze-fest and becoming your own superhero? That's right, 20 seconds. Less time than it takes to microwave your favorite burrito. Welcome, our beloved growth getters, to a revelation that's about to catapult you into a whirlwind of productivity and possibility. In today's video, we'll unveil the mystical 20-second rule, a life hack that's like having a wizard in your pocket. But before we dive into this magical cauldron, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any more spellbinding content. Let's pull back the curtain and step into a world where your wildest dreams are just 20 seconds away from becoming your reality. First, let's unravel the human enigma. We are often engaged in what's called default behaviors. These are things we do on autopilot, like binging Netflix instead of doing laundry. We humans are designed to follow default behaviors, which are those little routines we slip into without even thinking. And get this, our clever little minds love to take the path of least resistance. Oh, and when we're stressed or tired, we cling to these routines like a baby to a teddy bear. Why? Because we're wired to conserve energy. Our brain loves to take the path of least resistance to save energy, almost like an inner caveman preparing for a dinosaur hunt. But folks, last we checked, we aren't hunting dinosaurs anymore. So what's the antidote to our prehistoric programming? Sean Achor, an absolute genius who delves into happiness research, came up with the 20-second rule in his book, The Happiness Advantage. This rule is about manipulating the activation energy. That's the fancy term for the effort required to start something. The idea is to lower the activation energy for positive habits and hike it up for negative ones. And believe it or not, sometimes a mere 20 seconds can make all the difference. Let's paint a picture here. Imagine you're a music enthusiast and the strings of the guitar call your soul. But your guitar is packed up in its case and stored in the attic. According to the 20-second rule, you bring that guitar down and set it up in your living room. And here's where the 20 seconds come in. Just commit to playing the guitar for 20 seconds every day. Surprisingly, you'll often find yourself playing for much longer because starting was the hardest part. Now, let's kick it up a notch. Can you use this rule for habits you want to quit? Absolutely. Let's say you want to cut down on watching TV. What if you remove the batteries from the remote and place them in a kitchen drawer? The next time the urge to binge watch hits, you'd have to fetch those batteries, and that tiny bit of effort might just nudge you towards a different, more productive activity. But wait, does it have to be exactly 20 seconds? Not at all. The 20 seconds is more like a symbol for small changes. Maybe 10 seconds is all it takes, or maybe it's 30. The core principle is making positive actions easy peasy and negative ones feel like climbing Everest. And folks, this strategy is about empowerment. It's about making choices intentionally instead of sliding down the slippery slope of habits. Imagine being the composer of your life, where you fine-tune the notes of your daily activities to create a symphony of success. Did you know this 20-second marvel can have a ripple effect across your life? Yes, it can. And it's all about momentum. Imagine this. You apply the 20-second rule to start reading more. Your brain gets a workout. You're learning. And suddenly, you're inspired to exercise. Now, you're not just mentally fitter, but physically too. And it all started with moving a book closer. Now let's talk a little science. The brain is a creature of habit. It loves patterns. So when you start re-engineering your environment, you're essentially rewiring your brain. Neuroplasticity, my friends. It means our brains can change and adapt. Every time you make it easier to pick a positive habit and harder to fall back into a negative one, you're training your brain. Think of it as coaching your brain to become an Olympic gold medalist in making great choices. And here's something crucial. Being kind to yourself. Change is challenging, even when it's just 20 seconds. So celebrate the small victories. Managed to read for 20 minutes because your book was handy? Victory. Chose a salad over a burger because it was prepped and ready? Triumph. These moments are the golden bricks on the path of positive transformation. Let's have a heart-to-heart about something very real. Willpower. We often blame ourselves for not having enough willpower to change our habits. habits. But did you know that willpower is like a battery on your phone? It depletes throughout the day. Each decision you make, every temptation you resist, slowly drains that battery. This is called decision fatigue. And guess what? The 20-second rule can be your willpower's best friend. By tweaking your environment, you're not wrestling with yourself all the time. It's like giving your willpower a power bank. Now, let's talk about the spice of life, variety. Here's something exciting about the 20-second rule. You can keep evolving it. As you change, your goals and dreams might change too. And that's okay. Keep adjusting the dials. Maybe today it's about reading more, but 6 months down the line, you're keen on gardening. The 20-second rule is not a static one-time setup. It's a living, breathing strategy that grows with you. Imagine you've been employing the 20-second rule and now you're climbing the Everest of your goals. But what about those plateaus? Sometimes you might feel stagnant. Here's an idea. Combine the 20-second rule with the 2-minute rule. If something takes less than 2 minutes, do it immediately. This can keep the momentum going even if you're not taking giant leaps. It's about progress, not perfection. And here's a thought. What about those goals that seem way beyond a 20-second modification? Big dreams like writing a book, running a marathon, or starting a business. Well, the beauty is, big goals are just a bunch of small steps strung together. Break that big goal into mini goals and apply the 20-second rule to each step. It's like building a bridge, brick by brick, and before you know it, you've crossed a chasm. Now, let's roll up our sleeves and get practical. Here's a quick guide to re-engineering your environment. Want to read more? Keep a book on your nightstand or set it as your browser's homepage. Aiming to eat healthier? Prep your meals and keep the junk food in the hard-to-reach cabinets. Craving more family time? Establish a no-phone zone during certain hours at home. One last nugget before we wrap up. Enlist your tribe. Share the 20-second rule with friends and family. Create an ecosystem where everyone is empowering each other to make better choices. The combined energy of a community engaged in betterment is nothing short of magic. Plus, it's always fun to have buddies along for the ride on the roller coaster of self-improvement. Also, remember the power of reflection. As you journey through life with the 20-second rule as your co-pilot, take time to reflect. What worked? What didn't? What unexpected joys did you discover? Reflection helps us learn, and sometimes the greatest insights come from simply pausing and taking stock. Well, adventurers, that's the 20-second rule in all its glory. A simple, elegant, and astonishingly powerful tool that's now part of your life's toolkit. Use it wisely, share it generously, and watch as the tapestry of your life becomes richer, more vibrant, and deeply fulfilling. So, what's the first thing you're going to tackle with the 20-second rule? The world is your oyster, and those pearls of positive habits are waiting to be discovered. As always, thank you for being an awesome part of this community. We are better together. Like, subscribe, and until next time, may your actions be effortless and your choices be mighty.